Spoken Realms presents Prison Days, The First 6 Months. Written by Simon King. Narrated by Todd Waits. Prison Days, June. June Introduction. I still remember the first moment I stepped into a prison. It was a cold autumn evening, and I was attending an information night. I'd only registered my interest a couple of days prior and was surprised at the speed of the next step in the process, a process I wasn't even entirely sure I wanted to pursue. We were all screened, scanned, given a pat-down, and led through into a tiny room, what's known as an airlock. Once there were a number of us, around a dozen or so, an officer showed us through a door and led us down a narrow walkway, high fences on either side, topped by razor wire. To say I wasn't intimidated would be a lie. I was shitting myself. We walked through another door into a large hall, which I would later find out to be the visit center. There were around 100 or so seats set up in the middle, of which I utilized one. No one spoke, and by the way everyone was sitting, I could tell it wasn't just me that was nervous. This was, after all, maximum security. After waiting for about 20 minutes, a tall gentleman took the podium before us, holding a microphone. He began speaking, the usual welcome, "This is who I am, this is what I do," kind of thing. His next sentence, however, nearly changed my mind. It takes a very special type of person to work in corrections. My head was already full of a complete mixture of emotions, but that sentence sounded so cliched that I almost walked out right there. I've always been aware of sales pitches. I've worked in a sales job myself in the distant past and understood the path to a sale. The steps one took to ensure a handshake at the end of the presentation. Buttering up the customer was a good beginning, and this felt like buttery. At that moment, I felt as if this was the kind of interview where everybody was offered a role. But for some reason, I stayed. Something made me sit in that chair and wait. And now, all these years later, if I was to conduct a presentation to new prospective recruits, I believe my opening sentence would be the same. That working in corrections takes a very special type of person. Because it really does. If you are the kind of person that's easily offended, then don't try and become an officer. If you're someone to run away when a fellow officer is being attacked, then don't become an officer. If the words fuck, shit,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?